Yes,
Okay,
sir.
fine. Thank you. Last class, just I'll briefed out about that branch instruction. We have these different types of branch instruction. Uh, so here B is a branch immediate, BL for branch with link, BX is a branch indirect registers, and BLX is a branch indirect with link registers. And these three things are very important, all of you, even in the futures. So equal, not equal, less than and greater than. Please note on this. This is what we are using in the future slide also, today's class. So I'm going to discuss about this. EQ for equal, NE not equal, LT less than, GT greater than. Okay. So in the if else also we are going to use EQ, LT, GT, all these commands. Now I'll come to the another two important instruction. The one it is called as CBZ, compare and branch if 0. So if it is 0, then branch. If 0, branch to label. Where we label it, it goes to somewhere. Similarly, CBNZ, compare and branch if non-zero. If it is not equal to 0, jump to the specified label. So example, we look into this. So here CBZ R2. So CBZ R2 label LEBEL. If RB2 equal to 0, it goes to this here. Compare and branch if 0. If R2 equal to 0, goes to the specified locations. Then similarly, CBNZ R2, then label L1. If R2 equal to not 0, then only it jumps to specified location L1. Suppose if R2 equal to 0, so then next instruction only, not jump to specified locations or specified labeled locations. This is what label. For example, in call instruction, you have to specify like this. CALL, call instruction, to specify the address may be 8900. So it is unconditional jump. It will not check the condition. Directly it goes to this address. But these two are the conditional jump instruction. CBZ, compare and branch if equal to 0. If it is 0, goes to the specified address or specified location, labeled locations. Secondly, CBNZ. It means that compare and branch if non-zero. If it is R2 is not equal to 0, goes to the L1. If R2 equal to 0, so not goes to the L1. It will be continue with the remaining instruction. This is what the procedure for these two instructions. These two instructions also very important. But these two is a conditional instructions. Okay, some instructions are available in Cortex M3, unconditional instruction. Branch, simply label it. Branch to somewhere. BX, BL, like that. But this is what? Condition. If the condition is satisfied, then only go to that specified locations or specified locations label. If the condition is not satisfied, it will go to the next instructions. It not goes to the specified locations. Are you clear this? So for that, so now I'll come to this. Here syntax will return CBZ Rn label. If Rn equal to 0, goes to this label. If Rn is not equal to 0, so go to the next instruction. So similarly, CBNZ, compare and branch not equal to 0. If Rn equal to 0, next instruction. If Rn equal not equal to 0, goes to label. See, this two instruction is very important in programming part because they are conditional. But only the condition means some arithmetic operations, check the carry bit is 0 or not. If the carry bit is 0, go to somewhere. If carry bit not equal to 0, it goes to somewhere. That is what in the applications they are using. Okay. Now, where Rn and label is very clearly mentioned, Rn is the register holding the apparent value. Rn is apparent value. Label is the branch destination where it will be jump. So, to label to which locations? The locations to be specified. That is what called as a branch destinations. Okay. Now, I will take you one small example. Please, all of you come to this programming part. See here, I will written here. See up to here will written. See, compare and branch. So compare and branch if 0. If Rn equal to 0, goes to this label. Goes to this label. Now see here. Compare CMP Rn. It is assigned 0. It is immediate address. 0 is immediate address. Now Rn equal to 0. So if Rn equal to 0, branch equal to label. Goes to some label. Next CBNZ Rn. If not equal to 0, label, or otherwise go to next instruction. Same. Similarly, compare if Rn here assigned 0, if Rn equal to 0. If Rn is 0, it not jump, it go to the next instruction, or otherwise goes to jump not equal, B not equal to label. Combination of instructions we are using it. The last two instruction very clearly I'll mention. Please all of you look into that. CBZ R5 target. If R5 is 0, go to the target. Now next, if R0 second one, if R0 is not 0, goes to the target address. The target address means, sorry, here. The target address means, so all of you look into this. This is what the target address. So here, compare and branch if R5 equal to 0, goes to this target. Instead of label, I called as a target. So similarly, second instruction, if compare and branch if non-zero. So if R0 equal to non-zero, then only go to the target. Suppose if R0 become 0, go to the next instruction. It not happens with the branch instructions. Okay, this is what the two instruction. One it is called as CBZ, another one it is called as CBNZ. These two instructions are conditional instructions. Okay, are you followed? Then I'll go to the next instruction. Yes or no? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay. Fine. Next, I'll go to the next, the very important instruction. It is IT. So IT instruction is nothing but I for if, T for then. I for it and T for then instructions. So what for these two instructions? It is very important. Okay. Example, in the syntax also given. All of you please take down the syntax. Otherwise, if you are not followed the syntax, it's very difficult to analyze in future slides. Future slides, some of the examples I considered. By the time it is very difficult. So that is what all of you copy down this content. So now I'll come to that here. If then, IT for if then the syntax will be here. Please all of you look into this. The syntax I, if, T for then the conditions. We have three conditions, X, Y, Z. What is X? The X specify the condition switch for second instruction in the IT block. Sometimes we are using here I, T, T, E. What for this instruction? For the reference. In the future class, I am using this. Anybody's answer for this? Anybody's to answer for this? So first to IT for if then. What about this TE? TE is specify the condition again. If then then else. Are you clear this? This kind of instruction we are using with extended to the IT if then. As usual, IT if then, again then else. So same thing if you are using 3 conditions. If it is 3 conditions, I can take I, T, E maybe, then TT. You can use like this. So IT will be a if then, E for else, T for then and then. Sometimes I can use I, T, E. I can use like this also. This is also possible. If then else. Example, if else statement. It is very similar to that if else statement in the C programming. I think all of you should know that if else statement. What for this if else? If check the condition. If x is greater than 0, execute this. Else execute another set of here. Correct?
Sorry, else if ilva.
ಏನಪ್ಪ?
Else if ilva sir usually.
ಇದೆ ಇದು ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಇದೆ, ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಇಫ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಮರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಪ್ಪ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ. ಇದು ಸುಮಾರು ಇದೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಪರ್ ದಿ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಏನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಫ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವ್ರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿಲಿ, ಇ ಟಿ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಂದ್ಸ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರ, ಇಫ್ ಒಂದ್ಸಾರಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಇಫ್ ದೆನ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ದೆನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐದರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಇಫ್ ದ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈಡ್, ಗೋ ಟು ದಟ್ ಲೂಪ್. ಇಫ್ ದ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈಡ್, ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದಿ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್. ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಫ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್. ಬಟ್ ಅದರ್ ದೆನ್ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ನೀವು ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕೇಸ್ 1, ಕೇಸ್ 2, ಕೇಸ್ 3. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, ಯಾವ್ದು ಸೂಟಬಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆಕ್ ದಿ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಎವರಿ ಟೈಮ್. ಯು ಚೆಕ್ ದಿ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಇಫ್ ದ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈಡ್, then only it go to the next condition. So this kind of instruction, it is very essential. Suppose in the competitive exams. Example, competitive example. Suppose out of 80 in your examination is scored maybe 40. First check the conditions. The condition is first check passing marks. What is the, sorry, example I can take instead of 100, very easy to take analysis. 100 is your maximum. You have scored 40. First check the condition. Condition means first condition, if above 35 or not. Yes, if above 35, then check the condition. If it is above 60, below 35, sorry, above 50, below 35 is a second class. Similarly, if above 50, below 60, second class. Above 60, below 70, first class. Above 70, distinction. So like that, number of conditions we are going to incorporate into that. That is what in C language, that kind of loops will be called as a nested loops. Nested loops, the loops are declared within that loop, it's called as a nested loops. But instead of that nested loops and different conditions, more than one conditions we are going to check with the available input, we are using IT, if then instruction we are using. If then instruction not only for two I and T, you can extend it to this, like what we written is if then else, if then else, then if then else, like this what. This is the way, the similar way we are going to use it. Okay, that is what I consider these X, Y, Z. This what the condition, X is a first second instruction, Y is a third instruction, IT block. Same thing, IT block. First one with IT only, X specify for second instruction here is a second instruction. Another one Y for third instruction, Z for fourth instructions. Okay, then T for called as a then we can use within this instruction E for else. So any confusion or anything else to discuss here in the if then? Somebody is to answer for this. Yeah, at least.
No, sir. Clear, sir.
Cleared if then? So usually in the examination, this is very important instruction. If you are very clear with if else statement, it is matched with IT statement, nothing else. Okay. So now I'll come to some of the examples. So now I'll go to some examples. Yes. So please all of you be carefully analyze this. One by one, please all of you analyze it. So here various length of if then instruction block. Now I'll come to that. See here again we used X, Y, Z conditions. Either be true or else. T for true or E for else. If it is true, go to that, else it go to the next step. Only one condition instruction. See here. Only one condition if then. IT if then here conditions. So only first instruction is executed. So second column is very important. So third column, all of you please look into these third column. The slide is visible, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Here, okay, fine, no problem. So if then equal condition is, I told at the beginning of these instruction 5 keywords we are using EQ, GT, LT, NE not equal. So now first key use equal. If then equal, see here, ADD equal, add equal to R0, R0, R1. What for this here? Anybody's? R0 equal to?
R0 plus
Yes, good. R0 equal to R0 plus R1. Okay. R0 plus R1. Second, come to the second condition, one by one conditions. If you are clear with this slide, we can write any conditions or any else statement, we can write it, no problem. So that is what I'll take on this slide. Now second one, I'll come to the second condition. See, look into the second condition. If then, first condition X, by default always can take first condition. Now I'll come to the condition 2. here, IT, if then E for else, greater than G. Take example, 2 instruction, I will go in for that examples here. The first instruction had, sorry, here, ADD had G, G for
Greater.
greater than or equal, GT for greater than, G for greater than or equal. Okay, add, so R0 comma R0 comma R1, add. If the condition is satisfied, it goes to this one. Else, if the condition is not satisfied, go to the ADD-LT, less than. ADD-LT, R0 equal to R0 plus R3. This condition is not satisfied, R0 equal to R0 plus R1. If the condition is not satisfied, because I'm using E, see all of you look into this else statement also. If the first one is not satisfied, go to the second one. The first one, it is greater than or equal, R0 equal to R1 plus R2. Is it correct? Now again, less than. If not satisfied, come to the R0 equal to R0 plus R3. Instead of R1, comes to R3 values. This is way of writing this. So similarly, I can take 3 conditional instructions. See, if X by default condition, Y is a one more condition, second condition, third is a, sorry, this condition is one more condition. Totally 3 conditions, we look into that. So for these 3 conditions, see here, IT, else, if, then, else, then, T, one more T is. Compare with the previous one. In the previous one, this is called as a 1. So now this is called as 2. Now it is called as 3. Third one. In third one, if, then, else, then, greater than. See 3 instructions you have to execute. Then similarly, I can come to the 4th instruction. See, look into this. In the 4th instruction, if, then, else, then. See here. 4 instruction. If ADD not equal, R0 equal to R0 plus R1. If ADD equal, if it is equal, pull the condition. If ADD not equal, change this, R3 equal to R4 plus 1. So move, if not equal, content R3 goes to R5. See here. These all 4 conditions we discuss. If you are very familiar with these conditions, see, now all of you see that, underline that, if, then, else, TT, if, then, else, T, if, then, else, if, then. See here. Are you followed? Yes or no?
Sir.
Yes or no? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
3 condition instruction ಮತ್ತೆ 4 condition instruction ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ explain ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ sir?
Yadamma, which one, please?
3 condition instruction and 4 condition.
3 conditions, yeah. Same procedure. Please, all of you, see, in 3 conditions, if X by default, Y is a one more condition, this condition is one more. Totally, it is 3 conditions. So, these 3 conditions, minimum, we are going to use 3 instructions. Instruction 1, instruction 2, instruction 3. For example, instruction 1, you have to satisfy this condition. Otherwise, go to condition 2. Then, condition number 3. In 3 conditions, 3 instructions. In 1 conditions, 1 instruction, 2 conditions, 2 instruction, 4 conditions, see here, 4 instructions. This is what the way here, that's what in the second column I'll give. Yeah, now I'll come to that. If, then, else, then, condition greater than condition is given. If it is greater than, go to ADD-GT. Yes, first instruction, if satisfied this, GT goes to ADD-GT, R0 is equal to, so R0 equal to R0 plus R1, if the condition is satisfied. If not satisfied, because if you have else statement, E is there, else statement goes to this one, E, ADD less than. So greater than illa and yavadu irutte, If x is greater than y, not equal, x is less than y. It's the next conditions. So you'll go to this less than. If not greater than, you go to a less than. So R0 equal to R0 plus R3. Then ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಷ್ಟೇ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. E is else. Then ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ then what I do? ADD GT R3 is equal to R4 plus R1. So wherever we are using E, only check else. Go to the next option. Then means ಅಂದ್ರೆ next instruction, next conditions. One more condition. So suppose I've written is if then if condition satisfy ಆಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ satisfy ಆಗದೇ ಇರಲಿ, go to then. Again go to then. If these conditions satisfied or not, go to then. So last one it is else. If this condition is not satisfied, go to the else. ಈ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಟು ಎಲ್ಸ್. ಇಫ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಫ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಸಿ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇಫ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಫ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಇಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ ದನ್ ವೈ, ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್. ಅಥವಾ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದನ್ ವೈ ಇರೋದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೈ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್. ಓಕೆ, are you followed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yeah, please. Okay, and this is related to this. Some more examples I'll going to discuss. That is very important examples. I think today is my class time off. So is it, what is the time now?
2:27.
2:27. Okay. Shall I wind up?